Hi everyone, Nathan here again. Today I'm just going to be doing a quick run through of your options if you're not happy with your GCSE A-level or VTQ results. So that's going to include the appeal system and sitting formal exams in the future, as well as another option as well. So first of all, can I just say a massive well done to all of you. Every single one of you who did exams or qualifications this year. It's been another hard and very disrupted year, and you guys have made it to the end. So no matter how you did, as long as you tried your hardest, you did well. Now, on to the main topic. What happens if you're not happy with your grades? If you didn't get what you wanted, if you didn't get what you needed? Well, good thing for us, JCQ, that's the Joint Council for Qualifications who are in charge of all this sort of stuff. They've spelled it out super simply how exactly you should act or what exactly your options are. And I'll link the document in which they do this and explain everything down in the details below, but I'll also show some of the parts on screen as well. So they start off by saying that if you don't have the grades that you need, then you have three choices. So the first one is to focus on progression. So basically, see if you can still get accepted into the place that you've applied to. So whether that be college or university or a job, call them up and see what they're saying. Otherwise, start talking to other institutions and seeing where you can go from now, what other options are open to you. The second option that they give is to get familiar with the appeals process. So if you think there's an issue or an error with your grades, then you need to get talking to your school and see what you can do if anything's gone wrong and if you can correct it. And the third option, your last option, is to consider sitting a formal exam by entering yourself for the autumn series for 2021. Now, these are similar to the ones that we had back in October and November of 2020, well, of the year 2020. So for those of you that are unhappy with your results and actually want to sit an exam, you can do that in a few months' time. So those are your three main options. So for that first option, remember that I've spoken about the power that making a phone call can have in the past. Even if you don't think that there's any way that your first choice might accept you, still, there's no harm in giving them a call and seeing what can happen, what they can do for you. There's a chance that they might be able to put you onto another course. There's a chance that they may be able to give you a conditional offer, depending on how you do in a certain exam in the autumn series or something like that. So call them up and see what you can do. There's actually an entire page dedicated to scripts that gives you examples of things that you could say in a phone call, and it's even got questions that you can ask, such as, can you still accept me with my current grades, or what related courses could I get onto with my grades at your institution? So definitely have a look at that if that's an option that you're considering. Now, the second option is the appeals process. So I'm going to break this down for you as simply as possible. There's other details to it, but I'm just going to keep it very, very basic. You can have a look at the document yourself if you are interested in this, in going through this. So simply put, stage one is your center review. So this is a request that you make to your school or your center for them to check and make sure there were no procedural or admin errors that caused a wrong grade to appear on your form. So this is the first step, and you have to do this if you want to take the appeals process any further. So the school needs to check whether they've made any mistakes themselves when inputting that information. Stage two is the exam board appeal. Now, if you got your answer from your school in stage one and they were just like, everything's fine, we entered everything correctly, this is what we gave you. If you're still unhappy with that, then if you have worries of unreasonable exercise of academic judgment on the part of your center or your teachers, or believe that the selection of work was unreasonable, or you're worried that the exam board themselves made a mistake with their admin or with their procedure, then you can go through with this exam board appeal. And after that, there's the Ofqual review, but Ofqual have said that they themselves won't change the grade or look at the work. So from there, they're only looking at if there's any errors with procedure, and there's not much to gain from there because they're not going to change your grade. So that's it. As you can see, they really don't think there's going to be much grounds for appeal this year with the process that they've had. And most of the appeal system seems to be built around looking for data entry mistakes or procedure mistakes or admin errors. So that sort of makes sense. I mean, considering the process that the grading took this year, it does make sense that most of the appeals process would be built around that. Now, you may be asking, is it actually worth appealing? Well, only you and your family can decide that. There's always the risk that your grade will go down, or that all of this stress and struggle and hassle will amount to nothing. So it's something that you would do well to talk over with your teachers, talk over with your centre, talk over with your family, and see if it's going to work out for you, or if you're better off just either sitting exams in the autumn series, or just figuring out another route to get to where you want to go. Now, once again, I'm just going to repeat that there is a lot of useful information in this document. And I think that if you are unhappy with your grades, definitely check it out. It's interactive. It's got loads of flowcharts which explain what you do if you're in a certain situation. And they've also offered, this is JCQ, they've offered a helpline to help those students, those people who are in need of advice, in need of help, or don't know what their options are and need someone to talk them through it in a bit more detail. In the meantime, I'll be here to answer as many questions as I can, as I'm allowed to. And yeah, feel free to drop me any comments or any questions that you want down below, and I'll do what I can. Since we're coming to the end of this video, I'll also take the opportunity to apologise for my absence these last 6 months. I know that some of you may feel that I abandoned you when you sort of didn't need me, but unfortunately things have happened. I didn't necessarily have access to my computer, and there were just other things that were a bit more important than making YouTube videos. So that's all for today. If you haven't subscribed already, please be sure to click that subscribe button, and there's lots more information to be coming in the future now that I'm set up again. There'll be more tips, more advice, more tutorials, so definitely watch out for those. So that's all for today. Thanks for listening. Until next time.